Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, you know the voice, no guys, me. Villarreal Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Season finale of Traders this week. Of course, Zach Efron's little brother makes it to the season finale. Of course. Very good season. I will say that. Very good season. Started catch up, seen some stuff. Very, very good season. But I'll wait till after the finale. All right. Here we go. We had a lot of things going. Not as much over the weekend as I would have liked, but I just couldn't get there on a couple of things. But ended up pushing over the weekend. Down day on Friday. We had the over in the Thunder and the Hawks game, over 242.5. That wasn't anything to worry about there. Got the W there. I don't know, man. Joker had finished with 23. That kind of sucked. It felt like that there was the opportunity there. End of the game, he got pulled a little bit early. They were up, but like it felt like he probably should have scored. It was a lot of Christian Brown. It was a lot of Jamal Murray, MPJ, like a lot of the other guys adding to that total. He didn't really have to do the work. He had a whole bunch. I think it was like some 15 assists too. Probably should have just added everything together for Joker in that game. Kind of annoyed about that one, how that didn't go through. I had Jakopertl over 22.5 PRA as well. He finished with like 17, I think it was. Even in overtime, that he just wasn't a part of the offensive game plan, really. They could have went to him a lot more. I think that they would have got some success. They didn't. Over the weekend, come back to Sunday, we had the Pacers laying 10.5. Made you sweat the entire game, but got it at the end. And then, man, the over in the Timberwolves and the Suns game, honestly, when you look at the quarters, that second quarter, 34-point second quarter, 38-point second quarter, something like that. Very, very annoying that the second quarter kind of dies and the rest of the game kind of trends about pretty much where it was supposed to be at. It just felt like that second quarter was done for. The Suns yet again, another ugly, ugly loss. I should have just faded the Suns. That's my fault. I should have just completely just faded the Suns instead of going for the total. I should have just said, you know what, the Suns aren't going to win this game because the Suns aren't going to win many games. Like they're not good at basketball right now. So kind of on me for that. All right. Let's talk about the two plays that I have for today. Let's switch up the mojo a little bit. Yeah, let's switch up the mojo a little bit and see how that goes. So before we get to talking about two plays that I have for you today, gonna talk to you about the Betting Pros app. Make sure you get that Betting Pros app. Check all your bets in one place over there with the Betting Pros app. Sync your sports books for free. You can go get the prop bet cheat sheet. We'll talk about that. I have a play off the prop bet cheat sheet here in just a second. And you go over there, it's got plenty of plays. There's a whole bunch of 5-star, 4-star, really, really good plays, stuff that you can go into, use the prop bet analyzer and do the research as well. And you will have that opportunity over there to just become a better over there with that Betting Pros app. It's a whole bunch of systems that you can go into and give you some better thoughts on a play here or there. Definitely tap in as well. If you're not just a basketball person, you can tap in for baseball. I know that's about to tip off a little bit later in the month. So yeah, make sure you go over there and lock in with the Betting Pros app, wherever you get your apps in the App Store or Google Play Store or whatever store. All right, let's get into it. So I said I switched the mojo up. Let's talk about the player prop that I have today. And that is going to be, all right, some people may not like this. I don't care because I'm going to play it. But Ja Morant has not been Ja Morant this season. I can understand that. However, Ja Morant is also playing in a game that has a total against the Atlanta Hawks of 253. With a total of 253, with how much Ja Morant's usage and has the ball in his hands, And let's add on to the fact that I think John Morant does need a get up spot. It's not like he never gets over his points and assist prop. It just hasn't been as consistent as I think a lot of people would like it to be. But this is a fast paced, high speed matchup between them and the Atlanta Hawks here. These two teams, and since the All Star break, are fifth for the Hawks and fourth for the Grizzlies in pace, respectively. So I can see John Morant pushing the pace up and down the court, getting a lot of assists, pushing the ball up to people. And so also looky here, since the All Star break, the Hawks are 24th in the league in free throw rate allowed. The Grizzlies are 22nd. Now, on the other hand, the Grizzlies are ninth in free throw rate, and the Hawks are 11th in free throw rate. So, what we could see here is a lot of fouls going on both sides over the course of the whole game. And so, there's a lot, and both of these two teams foul a lot. Both of these two, I'm sorry, not two, but both of these, all three of the refs, like the whole ref crew, understands. Hey, both of these two teams are fouling a lot. Both of the two teams are fouling a lot. The other two teams, both of the two teams are getting to the line a lot. Hey, we might be blowing the whistle a lot in this game, so let's go ahead and prepare for that. Well, who's one of the best players on either side of the ball and getting to the line? Well, that's John Morant. And so I think that we can cherry pick a number of free throws here with John Morant as well as he challenges the bigs for the Atlanta Hawks inside the paint. I think that him pushing the pace, running two man, Jared Jackson Jr., all the scoring options, the high total in the game, he has a very good chance of soaring over his assist prop today. So let's just combine it all into one for John Morant. I like John Morant to go over 31.5 points and assists. The prop bet cheat sheet loves it as well. 34.5 they have him projected for today. 5-star bet rating, 64% cover probability. And again, I tell you, John Morant has been over this line in his last 3 games against the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I'll admit, he ain't played the Hawks since 2023. Give you that. I think this is a bounce back spot for John Morant. I think that this is team familiarity, and he understands that, hey, this Hawks defense just cannot guard him. They don't have the options to guard him. Yeah, he'll see some Dyson Daniels, but I think that playing alongside the pick and roll, getting switches, and he'll have the opportunities to kind of duck Dyson Daniels and be able to go off and be able to score, and maybe even get Dyson Daniels into foul trouble because Dyson Daniels is been known to reach a lot, and maybe he can go in there, catch him while he's reaching, and be able to go and get a foul. And hey, so I like John Morant to be able to go over his points and assist prop today. This will probably be the final straw for me. If John Morant don't get this one, I probably won't do it again. But I've actually haven't been bad betting John Morant this season. It's been some spots that I would have liked back, but Jaws come through for us. So shout out 12. I think 12's gonna have a good day here. All right. Play number 2, we are going to the Miami Heat, who are at home welcoming the Washington Wizards. Heat laying 8.5, 219.5 is total. Yes, everything I have here says to fade the Miami Heat in this spot. So let's talk about this season. This season, the Miami Heat are 5-6 ATS and 5-6 ATS, 4-7 on the total when they are coming off a back-to-back this season. They also are struggling coming off of overtime. They just played this overtime game against the New York Knicks where they were catching points. They covered the spread. They were competitive. I know you look at the Wizards as this last place team in terms of the league and how bad they are. And I admit the Wizards are pretty bad at basketball, but they've actually been doing pretty all right, especially on the defensive side of the ball since the All-Star break. And then looky here for the Miami Heat, who are coming off overtime. This season, when the Heat are coming off an overtime game, they are 1-3 straight up, 1-3 ATS, and 2-2 against on the total, but 1-3 ATS. So really bad numbers there. We have the Miami Heat, who I have told you many times are horrible as a favorite. The last time that we actually played this game, where the Miami Heat and the Washington Wizards were matching up, Wizards were catching 11 points. We took them anyway, and it didn't matter. What was that? Yeah, no, they covered. They won outright that day. yeah, they did end up winning outright. So, oh wait, no, that's not that one. That's another one. Either way, I don't know. All right, no, we lost that one. Yeah, no, we lost that one. Did we? I feel like I hit. Oh no, this is another Wizard. No, this is before even this show. No, I remember that game. All right, so yeah, we gotta put. No, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong here because we bet. Did we not bet this? It must have been another team Miami had been catching double digits with. That I could have sworn we bet this. I need to go back to the archives. Let me. All right, I'm not gonna pull up the archive document right now, but I'll get some. I'll get to the bottom of this. There's a conspiracy amongst, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of that. But as I'm saying, okay, we got 1-3 ATS coming off of overtime. You look at the Miami Heat and what the Miami Heat have done when they've laid this number or more over the past 3 seasons since 2021, or is that 4 seasons? I'm sorry. Since 2021, the Miami Heat are 10-4 straight up, but 3-10-1 against the spread when laying 8 or more. So they're not a team that, again, they're not a team that you want to back. This is over the past 4 seasons since. So I did 2021. I gave up the COVID season. Since the COVID season going forward, they are 3-10-1 to this number. ATS as a favorite. So there's nothing really here to question me. This is a system play for me. I fade the Miami Heat as a favorite, but I especially fade them as a favorite, getting a lot of points here. You look at since the All-Star break, again, I told you the Wizards are actually not that bad. They are 3-2 against the spread. They're actually a lot better in that first half. 4-1 ATS in the first half. You look at defensively, they're allowing teams to score 108.4 points per game. The only issue for the Wizards is that they cannot score themselves. So I do actually really like an under for this spot as well. Uh, it's just that, can the Wizards do enough? Are the Wizards going to be able to move the ball offensively enough? I think they can, especially inside the paint, because the Miami Heat are giving up 61%. That is 27th in the NBA since the All-Star break inside the paint. That's where the Wizards need to do their damage. That's where the Wizards need to really, really attack and try to score the basketball and get the easy ones right there inside the paint. And I think that the Heat will be able to give it to them. And they've always let down spots like this. Again, they played an overtime game yesterday. So let's fade the Heat coming off of no rest. Let's fade the Heat coming off of overtime. And let's fade the Heat as a favorite. And let's fade the Heat as a large favorite. There's a lot of fade the Heat little systems that I have going in my head of how I normally like to fade the Heat or any team in general, but especially the Heat laying this number. So let's just go back to the system play that I've been betting for years. If you've been following me at the NBA Gambling Podcast, I'm fading the Heat as a favorite, but I'm definitely fading them as a very, very large favorite. So I'm going to be taking the Washington Wizards here today. And these are the two plays. We're going with Wizards plus 8.5. This line has actually dropped. It opened at 12.5. It's all the way down to 8.5 now. I still like it. Of course, 12.5, you'd be living. And if you're a parlay person, then of course, you can buy the points, whatever, throw it in a parlay, do all that, whatever you want to do. But I'm on the Wizards side of things here today. And then Ja Morant to go over 31.5 points and assists. All right. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok, at BettingPros NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros. I think that's it. Yep, I don't have anything else. Jersey. I will announce who won the jersey tomorrow. Sorry, I'll announce it tomorrow who won the jersey. All right, with that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending podcast just going to like this. We are out of here.